Welcome to the Fan2Fan Podcast 5-Minute Frights, wherein, give or take 5 minutes, we'll try to share something creepy, kooky, mysterious, spooky, something fun and frightful that you can add to your to-watch queue as we all get ready for Halloween season. And in this episode, we're joined by Joshua Pruett at Zombie TARDIS on Instagram and Twitter, TV writer, author, storyboard artist. He's worked on Mystery Science Theater 3000, Phineas and Ferb. He wrote the middle-age grade novel Shipwreckers, The Curse of the Cursed Temple of Curses, or We Nearly Died a Lot. He's worked with Crunchyroll, Lego, Disney, DreamWorks, Netflix, Nickelodeon, Paramount, and we're glad to have him back on the show. In 1981, we see Sam Raimi come out with the now classic Evil Dead, and then 1987, he releases Evil 2, Dead by Dawn, Dead by Dawn.
It was bad. It was so scary. I mean, it's the scariest thing I've seen.
That movie was great. I mean, it was so scary. I was jumping out of the seat. If you want to have a good time, go see it.
Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn.
Under 17, not admitted without parent or guardian, starts tomorrow at a theater near you.
And this one certainly swallowed your soul, Josh. So,
100%. Just to reiterate, I saw these backwards. I saw Army of Darkness first and totally freaked out and was like, what the hell is this movie? Why does the good guy have a chainsaw for a hand? Oh my God, I'm sold. All the wonderful comedy and how broad that movie is. And, it's one of my favorites of all time. But then going back and watching them in reverse order, because that's how they were available. It was harder to get a hold of Evil Dead 1, but there was a time when, we had to wait for that first Anchor Bay VHS release. But Evil Dead 2 is a perfect movie. Evil Dead 2 is so unique, I think, in the history of horror cinema as something that is so insanely funny, so insanely gonzo and bizarre and scary and weird and grotesque. For me, there's before and after Reanimator. There's before and after Evil Dead 2. Watershed or seismic areas in the history of horror. And I think Evil Dead 2 is a hugely entertaining movie and so cool and weird and has one of the best endings of any movie ever made, for my money. The finale of that film with Ash being back in time is so fantastic. And I think that's another one that doesn't get a lot of love for the writing. So the script that Sam and Scott Spiegel put together, when you watch Evil Dead 1, Ash is not really a hero. He just happens to survive. So one of the things that's extraordinary about Evil Dead 2 is they managed to turn Ash into a real character, take him on this inverted hero's journey, beat the hell out of him, make him funny. Ash was not funny in the first film. Again, people's takeaway of what Ash would grow into, what Bruce would build with the team over the years, it really started here. And I think one of the things that people forget about the hero's journey is this concept of, the one least likely. And, we've talked about this on here before. It's like the fun of Luke in the original Star Wars is he was a whiny little bitch. And then he grew into something else. People forget that one of the things that's so fun about Ash's arc in this is that he doesn't want to be doing what the hell he's doing. And he's ill-equipped. He's utterly ill-equipped. But I think Evil Dead 2 is this wonderful melding of like all our favorite shit. And I think it's a perfect movie. So it's like, if I want to sit down and be entertained, it's going on.
And it references Lovecraft in that episode that we recorded eons ago. You might say we were the old ones when we were talking about Carpenters in the Mouth of Madness. I was reading how Lovecraft was the first to reference the Necronomicon. And it just comes in Evil Dead 2. And we kind of all just take it for granted that some evil book with something cryptic and totally, satanic or alien or cosmic. I don't know, but that's what a Necronomicon is, right? So Raimi is playing around with that. And at the same time, he's playing around with Three Stooges.
Right. In the same movie.
So amazing.
Yeah, so amazing. Suncoast Motion Picture Company.
Yes.
And seeing the, the clamshell, it's like purple and gray. First Evil Dead, I was like, what in the world? Like, and I didn't think it would ever happen.
I got to bring it up here. Do you guys remember when they released it with that really kind of like foamy, like I'm talking like a sponge, a dish sponge version of the Necronomicon?
Yeah, I've got it rotting in a box somewhere. Yeah. One of my favorite things, I think, is for all us horror fans. It's like there's a great, Men in Black is full of great lines. But there's a great line where Tommy Lee Jones says, "Oh, gotta buy the White Album again." So our equivalent for that is, "Oh, gotta buy Evil Dead 2 again." So it's like whatever edition comes out, that's how this is going to be for the rest of our lives.